Welcome to the Degenerate Nation podcast.
Episode 392.
I think with Patrick, Party Pat.
What up? It's Patrice, Party Pat.
We had some DQ titty ass blizzards.
DQ titty ass blizzards up in this biatch. Did someone say hit me with a synth?
I just we're gonna have a code for synth time. Why is your voice not projecting well?
I don't know. Is it just maybe it's because does your microphone know that my balls haven't dropped?
Yeah, I think your balls have not dropped. You have those like balls.
I have non-distended balls.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I'm
honestly.
non-distended, non-specific, trying to come over here and get my dick licked.
Oh gosh.
If your balls don't distend, can your dick get bigger?
I mean, by comparison, you know.
It's like, yeah, anything's greater than zero.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they got to be tiny, man. At this point, they're so full, like melt. Like, are they so full it's so empty at the same time?
What, my balls?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's like no soul to them. They don't have any character, but they are just bloated with semen.
They don't have ambition. The balls.
No, they don't.
They're just like they're waiting for like. It's like they're a bunch of
perfect moment.
They're like poor people waiting for a bus.
Yeah, and you always drive by the bus stop, right? They're always there.
They're always there.
Bus gonna get there?
That bus is never come.
It's never coming.
It's like they're at the mercy of it.
Speed.
Yeah.
It's like that movie Speed with
The bus doesn't stop because of terrorism.
The bus isn't stopping.
Yes, blame terrorism for not being aggressive to the whole Sandra Bullock in her prime.
Metropolitan bus system on MENA.
You know, that was in LA, right? I rode the bus system in LA. I wish it got hijacked.
Was it that bad?
Oh, it's horrible. I mean, I got that, that story where I got punched by Precious, which we've talked about.
Yes, we have.
Another guy was like threatened my life. I saw a guy flick boogers at hardworking immigrants.
Just because they were immigrants?
He was super mentally ill, and
Was it because they were hardworking?
no, it's because
It's the lazy ones.
the lazy immigrants don't really exist. I'm sure they do, but not really.
Not for the purpose of our argument.
No, they don't. Well, I mean, even like looking around for it's not okay. Like if
to
they,
be completely honest,
yeah,
there's not going to be a lot of lazy immigrants.
no,
They're here to.
exactly. So it's like it's like those lazy immigrants. Like, no, what are you talking about?
They're industrious.
Yeah.
They're the backbone of America. Okay. And
They are.
have more character, more charm than you'll ever have.
Then I proudly stand up next to her and defend her still today. Immigrants made the USA. Your mustache is looking good.
Who used that pickaxe?
I don't think it's Chinaman anymore.
Chinaman, is that not the correct nomenclature? Sorry, I was taking a quote out of the Big Lebowski.
Chinaman might be, but not Chinaman.
Sorry, Chinaman.
You can say a little China girl. You know that song? It's a little China girl.
Is that by Billy Joel?
No. David Bowie, Billy Joel.
I don't know. He had a thing for tiny dancers, tiny girls.
That's Elton John. That was Elton John's writing partner that wrote all the songs, right?
Correct.
Bernie Taupin.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
They bang?
I don't think so. Did you ever see Rocket Man?
No. Is that good?
It was okay. I watched it in rehab.
You guys watched a movie about a guy who was at substance issues in rehab?
Yeah.
You too could be Elton John if you just, dress better, play the shit out of this piano, suck a little dick, take a little dick, fuck a little ass, and write some classics.
If you're not, what I learned from watching that movie is, one, I'm messing up because I was a pussy compared to him, right?
Yeah, you were.
Didn't do enough drugs. Didn't suck on a dick.
Definitely not the first one.
Definitely not the first one. Second one could be up for debate. And I was a lot taller. Why is this goddamn microphone not picking up my voice?
There we go. There we go. That's
There we
better.
go. So yeah, if you are have been listening for the last 5 minutes, hi. 'Cause
What's
you
up?
probably couldn't hear my voice before.
You can hear it fine, I guess, if you want to.
Let me just I'll play the intro for those of you that
Yeah, this is a re-intro.
that weren't here before. So
I don't care. It's not doing it. There you go.
ooh, welcome.
Welcome back to the Generation Podcast, episode 392. We're still going. We're not editing shit.
This is the scroll keyboard on GarageBand for those of you wondering.
Ooh. Do you think you could write emotional synth worthy lyrics? Because I know you're good with the hip hop lyrics.
I think I could. I could do like synth slam poetry.
I want you to make a mixtape for Dry Guys to audition for Dry Guys.
Okay. This
Like
is
a
my
proud
audition,
audition. Yeah.
to like be a member of your band.
This is the audition for Dry Guys. No, it's technically an audition. We'll review your
This is the
mixtape.
remix to my audition, hot and fresh out my basement. Mama playing with Legos, I'm 24 years old. At home,
We know another person that loves his Legos like
this
a
song is
person.
for me. Yeah, he has no P.
No P.
P.
Penis.
This
I feel like I gotta like slay ass for the entire Y crew, and I'm not doing that. Nor will I do that.
And it's not like I don't think either of us are going to step up.
No,
know?
you guys are not.
It's like counting. It's like the sports analysts that are like counting or really putting a lot of weight on like the veteran NBA player that's going to come back and really pull it together in the in the postseason.
Yeah.
And it never happens. You're like, nah, he's going to come in clutch, man. Wait.
What veteran NBA player are you comparing yourself to?
Maybe like a really tired Rip Hamilton.
Like an old one?
Yeah, or like a Tayshaun Prince.
Oh, those were good. You know, Ben Wallace got in the Hall of Fame.
Did he really?
That's kind of absurd.
Just today?
Yeah.
Ben Wallace, good for him.
I mean, it is.
Wasn't he on?
Basketball Hall of Fame? It's not. There's no NBA Hall of Fame. It's just basketball Hall of Fame. Yeah.
For both ends? Wait, there for all of basketball, there's one Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
So
I mean, that kind of makes it a little more special.
Because he's like one of the greatest D2 players ever.
Ben Wallace?
Yeah, he played at Virginia Union.
Did he really?
At HBCU, baby.
Ben Wallace of the Detroit Pistons. Ben Wallace. Dude, funny enough, I was talking to our female coworker, Miss K, which
she's not listening.
Yeah, she's not listening, and that's a non-specific enough name that try and fucking find her, pussies. Just kidding, you guys are pussies.
Don't find
Yeah. Sorry, don't. She's very nice. But we were talking about NBA, and she was like, you know who I like? I like the... No, she goes, I like the Detroit Pistons. And she was like, when they won the title, I was like, are you kidding? I was like, that team was fucking sick. That's why. I was like, Rip Hamilton, Chauncey Billups,
She's like, I like Chauncey.
She's like, Rashid, Ben, especially Rashid, because he has a name where I can use my normal accent. And that's not me being being racist or prejudiced.
No, that was actually the closest he ever come on an accent. It's like a nondescript Middle Eastern. You can't really tell exactly where she's from unless she tells you, but she will tell you because
she's gonna let you know.
Proud. Every person from another place is like so proud, and every person that's like
every person from why? I mean,
America or whatever. Speak into the thing.
I'm trying to speak.
Put on your lap if you need to. You monster.
It just doesn't like me. We're gonna listen back to this and we're gonna be like, oh well, that was a wasted half hour. I talked to myself. No, I agree. I think for whatever reason, and I bet there's a ton of people in the United States that are like, yeah, U.S. is still number one, baby. It's like there's probably a lot. Maybe there's some categories that I'm not aware of that we're number one in.
We're number one in exporting garbage and number one in importing quality humans.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And we treat
number fucking like one, baby.
Garbage. We treat them like fucking garbage forever.
For why? Forever.
Since after the Civil War. That's how far back it probably goes where we've treated immigrants not
that poorly? Yeah.
And now it's not even as bad as it used to be. Like the Irish and Italians used to be like
they used to get absolute
treated like
fuck, man. They were shunned. Their whole communities were shunned. They were shunned into their own little neighborhoods because the only people that would try and fucking kill them and constantly berate them were their own kind.
Yeah.
That's why and I think that's more of a theory, but it's probably just reality, but it's probably how you get like, oh, it's little Tokyo. Oh, look at this nifty little town.
Yeah.
It's only here.
Walled in by
It's only here because we're because gentrification and our us being prejudiced and forcing them in their homes all day.
And when you have a choice, you're still going to want to live with people that you can share a language with. Well, now it's not taking me.
Oh, it won't take your voice. Oh, sorry. It picks up. God, I love that there's this quiet bit. And then I come in hard with the short round reference. Dr. Jones!
No, it's weird. Like, wouldn't you want to be with your own crew?
Yeah.
Like, especially if you shared a common language and stuff. Even if your future didn't necessarily have a lot in common. Say maybe you were more prosperous and something.
Yeah. Or you had different interests.
Yeah, but so then your choices, and I think this is reflected in certain other communities, is your choices are you could prosper and move somewhere else, where then you're just kind of an outsider, except for what
and then you have
culturally you might be a bit of an outsider to other people that aren't as, to be honest, in upper level economic communities, there's not a sense of community as much. There just isn't. Nor is there much of a sense of community in the really impoverished communities too in America, because everyone's out for themselves.
They get left behind.
Yeah, they get left behind, and it's you're not going to rally around your block that you hate, but you think you can get out of it,
and you kind of loathe. You're just kind of going to sit with it until you expire.
Yeah,
which that's
basically. I mean, you could.
But if I were to move to a foreign country, say somewhere in North Africa or the Middle East.
Oh, okay, go for it.
I mean, number one, that's a terrible idea for me because do not know the language. I don't know anyone there.
No.
I have no skills that they're going to want.
Nope.
But if I still decided to go over there, you goddamn well right. I'm going to try and seek out an English-speaking community if there is one over there.
I speak English in Hamas, right?
Yeah, speaking.
Other ones,
yeah,
they'll take you.
Hamas.
You'd be like a prop, man.
And Hamas, isn't that ISIS?
Yeah, kind of. It's different. Yeah.
Okay.
It's different.
I will say,
you'd be you'd have a prolapse anus in 3 weeks.
You think the gay Muslim men? I'm not saying there's notoriously a gay community within the Muslim community.
I mean, there's gays within.
There's gays anywhere.
It doesn't matter how oppressed
but
the community is.
With that being said, within the Muslim gay community, do you think I'd be a hot commodity?
You're a boy, so yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
hey,
you look like you have youngest.
You didn't have to say that, but you did, which I appreciate. It's just you being kind.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what culture this was about.
This was about.
But this saying about, but it might have been some it's not necessarily a stereotype if it's not.
Was it all roads lead to Rome?
No, if it's not, for that.
I think it's from Rome.
No, yeah, women are for procreation and boys are for fun. Little boys are for fun or something.
Ooh.
And it's
whoa.
Jesus Christ. I don't know.
I'm gonna need to get a source on that.
I can't be specific of where I even heard that, but I feel like I've heard that.
You can't reveal. Are you saying you can't reveal your sources?
Yeah, I can't reveal my sources. But my question to you is, why do these things become a thing?
Why does that become a saying?
Why does that become a saying? Why does that become a thing? Is it from prejudices that get passed down, and someone knows somebody that knew somebody that heard of something?
So I
think multiple people do that, and suddenly it's a thing.
Yes, but I also is from that person it's coming from. Are they saying it with
disdain?
with disdain or or sincerity behind it? Or are they saying it in a demented joke?
As objectively as possible.
Oh, I've heard.
But I mean, that's
why does that kind of thing catch on? It's because I think there's a certain. It's so vulgar and it's so like visceral.
Yeah. Here.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think in most places, except in cultures where that's like a thing, which I can't really think of any, but like it's something, it cuts straight to the point. It's like, oh yeah, women are for procreation, yeah, little boys are for fun. It's like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You immediately are like, whoa, that's like, where's that coming from?
Yeah.
Where does that come
I
from?
don't know, but it's something that was said to me. I think
It's a
by more than
dark-
one person and multiple times.
What is it about dark thing, like
That why we remember things that
why we remember
have
it?
darker elements to them.
And either there's
I
two,
forget all the nice things that are said to me about me.
and that's just, I think, the way we're wired. Because I think of,
I'm like, I'm garbage.
I'm fucking terrible. But like, I don't know, man. I'll watch a video. Like, I watched a video yesterday of, and it's not like I sought the video out. I just came across it and I happened to watch it.
Yeah.
It involved the Palestinian and Israeli conflict going on right now, and it was Israeli soldiers. There was like kids playing in a field, and they like sniped a couple of the kids. It was like seriously fucked up shit, and like I watched the whole video and I like thought it was terribly sad, but like I wanted to like show the rest of my family.
Did they watch it?
But they wouldn't have wanted to watch it. I would
They're
be
like, I've already seen that.
no, they would have been like, oh, I don't want to see that. Like, I don't even want to like think of that. It's like there's this dark side, or there's this dark reality to the world
I mean, yeah, it's
that like
fucked up.
a lot of people don't want to even like see.
If there was a conflict that arose from one party to another, and it's been going on for fucking years and years and years and years and years, how surprised can you be if someone whose job it is to take others' lives, if it comes to it, how much of a strain is it really on their soul to go one step further, right? So it's, how could a soldier do that? They're like, well, they're trained to kill people.
Well,
And so you're giving them, they're young usually, you give them, I'm not excusing anything, you're giving them weapons. Yeah, it's like you're weaponizing
you're weaponizing people.
They're, unlike with some of the American atrocities in like Vietnam and other atrocities and from other countries and other wars, we Americans don't grow up like being taught that the North Vietnamese were
they're evil ones,
the enemy, and they're literally trying to kill you and want you, every one of you, dead, and they want your land too, that they believe is theirs, and vice versa.
But they picked it up somewhere along the way, or at least they picked up the hatred somewhere along the way because they still committed the atrocities. That's different, though. I see where you're going with this. It's different, though, than being born into a conflict within your own country and being armed and given the vocation of being a soldier. Like, you're opening the doors to anything happening.
Right, but like anyone that can't cook it, like, oh, I can see that.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
If you can't think that, I don't think you're very intelligent.
Number one.
And two, I just don't think you have as wide of a range of like. We're not saying that's moral to do that.
No,
when you said that, there was a part of me like, oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
But I also would have felt like their family, how you presume they would react. I don't want to watch a fucking snuff film, dude. Go open your room and watch that shit.
Yeah, it's like that's not.
Wash your hands when you come down.
That's not what I'm. It's like that's not what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to say like.
And you tell them that. You don't fucking make them watch.
No. That's not the way I presented it. The way I presented it.
Okay, pitch me.
Well, no,
here's a project that is.
Here's the thing. I didn't.
Soldier murk.
It's not. It wasn't a project. It was the thought crossed my head of very quickly. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should show this to my parents.
Why?
Spread or just to
spread that.
At least to spark conversation.
What was the
at least the topic. It was a Palestinian news source.
Okay, which one?
I don't know, man. I'm not diving this deep into a hypothetical.
Because like,
no,
because you said you watched a video. They could have made a video.
Okay. No,
I mean, we're not talking about the moon landing here.
Okay, but but to approach, I'm not going to approach
something relatively innocuous, and that was just used as a front for capitalism, right?
Correct. Which you could think that would be fake.
And if they fake that, that's somewhat innocuous. As far as all-time video fakes go, that would be somewhat innocuous.
Sure.
Where the worst possible thing is a school shooting video fake, which obviously doesn't happen. Alex Jones, you piece of shit.
No, I don't think that doesn't happen the same way.
This involves armed conflict between two peoples that hate each other, and you won't give me a source after we just went for like 5 minutes on it.
Well, I don't have.
I don't remember.
I don't have it pulled up, and I don't remember.
Do you watch so many atrocities that you can't remember a fucking atrocity?
Do you know the sources of all the videos you watch?
I don't watch videos very often.
Well, when you do, you make note of the source.
If I see a kid getting fucking shredded in it, I probably would remember where it came from.
Yeah, I follow it up.
remember every detail because I don't remember. I don't watch snuff films, and if I do,
snuff films, a kid getting sniped and me fucking my neighbor's daughter are not the same thing.
What? You know what a snuff film is, right?
Well, yeah, she was dead first.
Okay, then that's not the snuff film.
A snuff film is...
That's called a Joyride.
Well, I mean, it was for me, but the end product is a snuff film because I videotaped it.
Oh, God. Those are the Joyride snuff films.
Don't try and tell me I don't know what a snuff film is. This ain't my first time around the block.
Oh, God.
And I mean my block, because it's not.
It's not even the first time around the block where the hose came out of the thing.
The
You know when you go in your garage?
Yeah.
You put the hose in the thing and try to off yourself?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was
like
fun.
in Office Space?
He tries to...
Definitely the darkest part of Office Space.
He tries to do
No, it was Smikowski, the chubby guy. And it's like falls when he's like running up the hill and stuff.
He
and he gets
kills
hit by
himself?
a drunk driver. No, he tries to. And his wife comes home.
It opens the garage.
And then he opens the garage. He's like, and he backs out, gets hit by the drunk driver, kills a millionaire, and throws a bar. Yeah. I mean, it's like...
Oh, that's a classic. I forgot about that.
That's the darkest part of that movie, definitely. It just gets glossed
Hey,
over.
I completely glossed over my memory of the movie. I forget.
Yeah,
so
you don't think, oh, it's really dark until you have
it is, and then you're like, whoa, I picked up on that. You're like, oh, okay.
This is like the difference real quick, and that is because it wasn't a major character. It was a minor character, and it's in a satire, so it's like, oh, cool.
Okay, yeah, I can see. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, snuff films.
Yeah.
No, I don't watch that. That's why
I don't.
I never watched the George Floyd video and stuff, and it's like,
no, I don't.
There are people out there that they're like, how can you not watch that? Like, because the guy fucking dies.
Because I don't want to see it, right?
I don't want to see a guy die. I don't care like that, dude.
So
it's fucked up. I have mental health issues. I don't want to watch people getting.
I think so. There's two sides of this coin.
Okay.
Because you have mental health issues, you don't want to watch that. Because I have mental health issues, I want to watch that.
Well, you want to see little kids die?
No, I'm made that. Yeah, that's a fucked up topic. Not that topic specifically, but like there's a kind of nuanced like fascination about like how like that really happened. It's like, well, I wanted like I should see that. So
you're like on the subbreed of the intelligent, the curious and the accepting. But in order to accept it, you have to see it. So you're like, that's why Doubting Thomas existed, and you're like Doubting Thomas. But this isn't a religious thing.
I like proof.
You're like the Doubting Thomas of snuff films.
Well, it's like
of snuffing.
Where it came from
you know
was
what Doubting Thomas is, right?
I went to Catholic school.
I know.
Yeah, you were a CCD motherfucker.
I didn't know you learned anything.
Step at me, bitch! I'll religion you out here. What?
Religion you out? Well, that's kind of what's happening in Israel.
Yeah, they're kind of religioning each other. Yeah, man, it's Islam being pitted against Judaism.
Pitting itself against Judaism.
Well, yeah, I mean, right? The way, and granted, this is a ignorant.
You watch the Palestinian news network. Did you watch it?
No, well, it wasn't from. Okay, so the people that took the clip of this happening, they were Israeli soldiers. They were the ones filming like their other soldiers like shooting the guys, and there's translated like words, laughter, and like they're talking like, "Oh, you see the way he kicked his head back? Oh, what got it on video? What the video? Hala hala!" Like crazy. Like I don't know. I don't have an accurate translation for every word or sound or guttural scream I hear. Yeah, or whatever it may be. But it was from I believe it was from a third-party, unbiased source.
Okay. So
I'm pretty sure.
MSNBC?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
or, not MSNBC, maybe like the Guardian or like the Associated Press or something that's.
We have to I feel like I'm not that conspiracy theory guy, but I have to I mean, just given the nature of what it is, it's like okay, well, that's why I was curious what the source was. At least
That's a good point.
News source. I'm not saying they faked that. I just want to know where it was. Because
I can see
so
someone.
different
I
than
can
shooting
see.
a regular quote unquote civilian.
Yeah.
Because that quote unquote civilian might have had a bomb and it comes out a couple weeks later they had a bomb.
Yeah.
Whereas the kid, like,
it's a kid,
if
right?
you're
like,
using a fucking kid,
yeah, they were kids like playing in a field, like out away from like
where are the
maybe
parents?
direct town.
Where are the parents? There's a war going on, and you're like, oh, let's go play some kickball. Where are the parents? They're probably fighting. They're probably fighting.
I'm going to give the parents the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, they might be fighting, and also they might be thinking, hey, maybe do we think Israel maybe abide by Geneva Convention? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Okay, well, I say...
Well, they don't apply by the Geneva Convention.
Well,
but they're not a country, so...
They're not a... They're more of a...
should we give them a pass because they're not a country?
It's a gray area. I think it kind of is. There's got to be a loophole of some sort.
It's the best loophole.
They're like, we claim this. It essentially would be like if you and I went out to fucking Wyoming and we're like, you know what, our ancestors were here and they claim this as being, this land. This is integral. This is an integral part of our faith, of our being, of our people, and we claim that we are also the rightful people of this land.
The Irish are people of Wyoming?
We could be.
I at least know people from Wyoming that live there.
I know someone.
Softball team and played on it.
I bet on Wyoming basketball a couple times, and I won.
That counts. All right, we're basically Wyomingers. I just wonder what
I don't know, just because it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. Who wants to live in Wyoming?
I don't mean people that want have some rights and some freedom and some fucking land and shit. It's a lot of it's appealing.
God, so I feel like anywhere other than here, LA, New York, in a couple other big cities, it's so much cheaper.
Yeah,
this cost of living.
Chicago, Miami. Chicago's the cheapest of those cities mentioned. Boston's not expensive, or not
Boston's.
So
man, we've been jumping all over the place. Yeah.
We'll call it the dispute over the Holy Land. Where's the goddamn foresight when they were putting that together? They're like, oh, let's just finally throw
They're like, all right, hey, so
land.
Where are you?
So shut up. That's essentially what they did.
Yeah.
What were you expecting to happen?
All right, we're saying, all right, this
corner,
corner,
them,
this is ours. Yours is right there. Don't you? I swear, fucking God, you come over here, I'm gonna blow your fucking head off. And they're like, all right.
I saw some tweet. I don't know where it came from, but it was actually I knew posted. But the tweet said something about wow, that's cool in a pandemic that you can't give free healthcare to people, but you'll give X amount of billions of dollars to aid a country in a war against people that don't even have their own land. I was like, ooh, see what? Oh, when you reduce a grand scale conflict to a tweet, that's how you do it. Because I was like, you know what? People that don't know anything about that history or conflict will be like, yeah, well, that's bullshit.
Yeah, exactly, right? There's a certain...
Yeah, I mean, it's not like any of those people that are attacking Israel sympathize with the people that were responsible for 9/11 or anything like that. Don't share any commonalities.
No, nothing. Nothing
but
like
when
that.
you put it succinctly in a tweet, suddenly it's legit. And that was honestly A+ tweet.
That's a good tweet. I'm sitting on that now because I'm thinking now about how you phrase the context or the information about the conflict in a certain way, and you bring attention to it in a way that's like, oh, okay, maybe it's not so.
Let the subtext be rageful and not the words.
Yeah, basically. I like that.
Yeah, man.
Did you
hear about what Trevor Noah did?
No, what did he do?
He was saying he compared it to Israel-Palestine, a fight with the guy.
Okay, South African guy.
It was a fight with your little brothers, and like they're not gonna actually beat you. So why are you like bothering to fight them? Are you fucking serious? What a fucking moron!
Is that seriously the take he had?
Yeah. On
Dude,
this show, that's irresponsible.
Okay, I'm
man.
sorry. The older brother in this scenario is going to obliterate the little brother off the map.
Israel's the older brother.
Yeah. Sorry, Israel's the other brother. The little brother, Palestine. They're gone. They're going to be like. Well, like the Palestinians.
Okay, but if they do that,
well, okay.
What they're not going to do because they would start a global war.
Granted,
it's really the only thing besides China and North Korea attacking America that would start a global war. Because we're not going to fucking.
Yeah, or Russia. I mean, but yeah.
Yeah, Russia.
The way
not
I
evil,
think
man. Russia's not evil. It's shout out to all our Russian speaking or
shout out to
people of
Crimea.
Russian origin.
Crimea.
Like, I really feel. I'm not just saying that. I really don't feel that Russia is
a bad
evil.
place. I don't think.
Place.
I don't think Russia's evil.
I've met so many people that are from that
Eastern
regime
Europe
or Eastern Europe, and it's like there's nothing evil. There's so much pride there in a good way. It's just like global politics really gets in the way of a lot.
Oh,
and we're just fed all this bullshit for several years about Russia, and then in the past when it was capitalism against communism, and it's like you looked how the Russians were the villain in every '80s movie, and you're like, yeah, man. Well, now we're like,
granted,
it's coming back because you can't cast like a Chinese villain or something.
There is some substance or some validity to like Russians are evil. There, it's like they might not be evil, but they're certainly not keeping their fingers to their own cookies, right? Like
they're nationalistic, and you have to
doesn't either.
You have to like put your fingers in other people's dough if you're gonna bake your own loaf, man. If you're gonna bake it.
You gotta take some other people's flour if
you gotta spit on their loaf.
One thing that a lot of people have said, and it's argument that it's true. This conflict's been going on for thousands of years, right? Thousands of years.
Not thousands.
Right? No, it's bad. I mean, well, if you go back biblically.
I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
Muhammad came around like 700 something. So that's like
okay, so over 1,000. Okay, so we're in the thousands. 14. Okay. Sorry. So hundreds. People are like, oh, they've been doing this forever, right? Like, oh, they're just going at it again. They'll be fine.
Yeah, we write off solutions because it's like, oh, this is a forever thing.
Yeah, and so granted, that may be true, but this is I think this is the most attention I've paid to the conflict, and it might be the way it's being covered in the media. It might be the intensity of the attacks, but it's the first time I've taken notice, and I'm like, damn, well, that's fucked up. But then people are like, oh, well, it's happened before. It's like, oh, I've said it's happened before. It's like, all right, well, they'll be fine.
You were in school, like in college, the last time it probably.
Oh, I do. I probably didn't give a shit.
Actually, no, because it's hard to like talk. It's hard to like discuss it without like, where is it? Where is it? There we go. There's the volume. Without being like, well, that's because like Trump was like pretty pro-Israel.
Well, he was. They
kept shit.
Netanyahu and Trump they had a good relationship. So Israel probably wasn't going to try and do some stupid shit while the U.S. is like, hey,
Hamas bombed Israel first this time.
Come on, Hamas, what are you doing? You're going to catch the hands.
No, they want to. In my estimation, they want to just. They'll cut off their own head to spite the body. Like they'll.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
They're not using.
There's
logic.
not.
They're trying to drag everyone else into the 1400s, basically.
Yeah, they're not thinking it through before they're doing.
Yeah, that's Middle Ages.
They're like doing like, and then you hit me back 5 times harder. I'm like, hey,
and then
what is this?
They're trying to justify what they were doing.
How dare you? I hit you in the first place because of you. This is for last time, and you do it worse. You make everything worse. This is your fault.
Yeah, well, that's very similar to a big brother, little brother thing, though.
Yeah.
Trevor Noah. Jeez, what a piece of shit.
God. I mean, granted, I think he's a comedian, so sometimes comedians say funny things. Do I like him? No, he's not my favorite.
Comedy show, right? There was
more
nothing
political
funny
than
about
comedy.
that.
It was just stupid.
It was politically stupid, and just like, and you won't get any slack for it. But
Because he's
no, not because he's black, not because he's. It's not because he's black. It's because he's.
Is it because of the yeah? It's because it's a liberal. It's a liberal.
Black people can get canceled too.
Yeah,
A black conservative can get canceled.
Yeah, who is the
the senator, right? Tim Scott.
Well, I was thinking of who's the other one. Who's the other black conservative? Doctor.
The other black conservative, Ben Carson.
Yeah, Ben Carson. He's hysterical. He was great.
His style of speaking, it's like
I know.
They'd make fun of. He made the first fucking like Siamese twin. Like was it the Siamese twins that he took apart, or some heart transplant, or some fucking shit? He did something amazing. We won't look it up. Go! You look at you. Go being Ben Carson. Like
Shout out Ben.
What is fair is to be like politically, you know nothing. You're not a politician. Stay in your lane. Widen your lane.
Yeah.
But stay in it. Right?
It's true. Yeah.
But instead, they talk about his voice and this and that, his sleepy eyes and shit.
Now, my name is Ben Carson.
You're tearing down like some like. You're tearing down a legend basically for his viewpoints.
Yeah.
And wanting
because
to devote
he's on
the rest
the
of his life
side of
to
the
his
aisle.
views. What the fuck, man? What did you do? Did you separate Siamese hearts or whatever the fuck you did?
I tore down other politicians and I'll continue to do it because
Twitter,
that's what I fucking devote my life to.
It's like, I don't know how some things can be racist and that's not poking fun of a guy for his eyes or something, and the way he speaks isn't racist if he hasn't done anything outrageous to warrant the. I think it's fine that they're doing that, like SNL and other things.
Yeah, I mean,
but like, when it's regular Joe Schmoes making fun of him, like, go fuck yourself. You work at Payless.
I think I was thinking about it from. I completely agree. I think that why does certain people, and typically they fall into occupations, they're either a reporter or a journalist. There's the same thing.
Yeah.
Or something else that's a synonym of those things.
Yes. Blogger.
But like
podcaster,
I think
media member.
Sometimes, podcaster,
broadcaster.
Sometimes, I think sometimes it feels like they are like, all right, no one else is taking a stand. I'm going to take a stand. I'm going to be the person that goes out, like, I'm going to vet every person that comes into the spotlight or popularity and anything, and I'm going to tear them down, and I'm going to, like, I'm never going to be I'm never going to be at peace. I'm never going to be happy with like the results, and I'm just going to be.
You want to feel like this?
I'm always going to be critical and super critique,
like a preschooler with a stink face.
That'll go away. And that's I kind of feel. Granted, there's probably people like that on the right side of the aisle, but I feel like a large majority of the left side of the aisle is like, you can never be happy about anything.
No, it's mostly that, but it's also people on the right can't really write
Correct.
Unless it's about
Unless it's like a 20-page,
like it's got to be a 20-page assessment of free markets, or it's about blowing Reagan. And if it's not anything of that, it's something that's like anti.
It's like capitalism and Reagan's OTPH Part 4.
Yes. What? Over the pants hand job.
Part 4.
Part 4.
And it's like, Ronald hadn't touched me like that in some time.
Oh my God, we should.
But he said,
Ronald Reagan erotica.
Ronald Reagan capitalist erotica. Now Reagan said, Reagan touched me and said, "Now I hadn't seen anyone overreact like that since the black people did when I started the war on drugs."
Did he start it?
Yeah, Reagan started the war on drugs. I mean, I think that had probably been in the works and been in the mind of some conservatives. Like,
yeah, it was a horrible idea. Clinton continued it. Bush continued it, and I don't remember what Trump said about it. Obama continued it.
Obama.
I don't know what Trump did. He probably did too, and Biden's doing the same.
Yeah, Virginia on that legal weed train.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird though. It's almost okay. So the Virginia governor Northam was his name, right?
Yep.
it's almost as if you forgive or alleviate a guy's mistake. If we're gonna call his dressing in blackface in college a mistake instead of like,
Dude, we talked about that.
yeah,
in this
exactly.
Show.
Instead of being not fit to be a fucking governor, but if you're gonna say no, it's cool. It's cool because
he legalized pot.
he ends up taking a state through a pandemic in a pretty above average way. I'll say, like,
I think pretty good.
Like he's done well, and they're legalizing weed, and there's been some other things, and it's like it's almost it's almost that if you give people chances, sometimes you'll be proven correct, right?
Or you'll be proven wrong.
Okay, so my hope is that people on both sides of the aisle will given chances to prove themselves. Like when that lady from Star Wars, what role does she play?
Oh, she played Rose.
Gina Carano.
Oh no, Gina Carano. Oh, the Asian chick. God. From the last show, I know. Gina Carano in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, she was a bounty hunter, right?
Yeah, she played she ended up being like this martial character, but she was like she used to be a like a rebel. She used to be a commando in the Rebel Alliance, and then when the war ended or the Empire dissolved, she like was like kind of like freelance.
Oh, cool. Well, now she's super freelance. If she wants to be free, that's the path she chose, to be free of employment.
You gotta suck your company's big arching dick.
You gotta suck Disney's dick.
Yeah. You gotta suck Disney's dick.
I would have immediately been like, you know what?
I would have too.
I would have been like, Mickey and Goofy,
come in me,
and Donald, just blow Bukkake me, because
what do you do? Like
you're so stupid. You're an actor. You're not a fucking producer or writer.
She started as a fucking MMA fighter.
Yeah.
You know,
she's been punching the fucking head too much.
Here we go. Blanket statement that's probably going to piss off a lot of people. You don't go to MMA as your number one job. That is not your first crack at
first
life.
read out of the womb. It's like, oh, I better go
MMA. So maybe she tried a couple other things. MMA. You somehow lucked your way into probably a good personality, great looks, and a good career in MMA into an acting career. And you hit the jackpot with the Star Wars franchise? And you're going to fuck that up?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you fuck it up with an opinion? Yes. Should you be able to have an opinion? Yeah.
Yes.
But is it the company's right? Yes. And other people's right to a majority opinion on that is you're an idiot?
Yeah.
And the company even sniffs a shred of majority opinion to lean in that way, or even a strong minority opinion, not I'm saying ethnic minority, but like 30%.
Yeah.
Or higher, or even 25% or higher.
What did she say?
I don't know. I'm not gonna give her lips. Her and the main guy are fucking idiots.
I can't.
The main dude's a moron. What he said too.
It wasn't even like a
Pedro Pascal. Whatever he said made him sound really stupid too. But
I really like him too. It wasn't
right leaning, so it was fine. So it's like, is it unfortunate? Is it something that I would try to avoid if I had any
if I was in that,
even on my own fucking podcast? I'm not gonna burn myself like that.
No,
I'll burn myself by some horrifying stuff that we'll say.
Yeah,
but I'm not
I'll burn myself by saying something I know is stupid. I'm not gonna say it because I'm like proud and I'm trying to take a stance on something. I'm gonna just be
I would be so honest in my statement. I'd find a way to be. I'd be like, look, when I said those things, I have a show that designed for entertainment. I failed in the entertaining part.
Yeah.
And all that was left is you thinking I'm a meathead or whatever. Like sometimes maybe I guess I can be because those words did come out of my mouth. However,
they kind of seem like that.
I feel differently now.
That's not how I feel currently.
That's not how I feel. And I have many deeds that both good and bad or mediocre to show that I'm a well-rounded person. And I hope that I like to express my gratitude for the people of Guadalajara.
And I'd like to, reaffirm my commitment to the company going forward. And I really hope, I'm looking forward to moments in the future where our values and our viewpoints align.
Oh, I like that.
And create great corporate Star Wars babies.
That's why you need to be. That's why you need to
I can be good with my words, man.
You got to intern for me when you go to your next school. When you go to your next school, you intern for me. Maybe we'll need.
I'll intern for you at some point. Don't get me wrong. It sounds awesome. I think it'd be really fun. And I think it'd be great. I just think I don't know if they would accept me working for you as like an intern. I'm sure we could make it work.
Take?
I don't know. I never
Discover
really
card.
like.
I don't have one of those. Hey man, if I just swipe this Discover card through your ass crack like several times, will you take my friend? Like, can I give him an internship? That's not a fake internship. It's not a fake company. It's not a fake internship.
I mean, it kind of is.
No, it's not. I make you work. I got a plan. Like, I can develop plans.
Okay. I mean, I know you could.
It would be reading scripts that we write, reading other people's scripts to learn the format, and like write covers on them. We'll reach out to like people on our behalf, put lists together, and just be like, do some of the stuff that's time consuming for us, and like come up with ideas and attend meetings and shit. That's all it is.
That sounds pretty cool.
Right? Like that's pretty good. Like
That does sound pretty cool.
Either way, you helped me create that idea, and then I could get somebody from another like place to do that if we felt like we really needed to do some of that.
Oh, so I'm just like your hamster.
You're my hamster, just running perpetually.
It'd be a fun. I think it'd be a fun go round.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it would. And at the end of the day, if for whatever granted, I think we would. I was just going.
I mean, next year I would still need an internship.
This is true.
Need an intern.
I'm gonna need an internship because I never really gave it a full.
What does that have to be for your program now?
I think it's gonna have to be for my program. I mean, I shouldn't say I think. I know it is. It's gonna have to be. It has to be approved by.
You might as well minor in something.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna minor in
because the point is you get credits.
Yeah, so well, it was going to be for. Yeah,
this is a really interesting podcast, Tom.
This is a great episode.
No, it was.
Oh. Wait.
But,
can we take a moment and address, because I thought your Discover card comment was funny earlier.
Yeah.
Discover card's like C or D grade of like credit cards.
I know it is.
Like Visa, American Express.
There's a Diners Club that's decent, but that's a Discover card.
There's a Diners Club?
Yeah, you know what Diners Club is?
Is it for people that only go to diners?
Yeah, I think so. My dad has one. But I use it a lot.
Where can they find us, man?
Oh yeah, go to patreon.com/degenerate-nation and become a patron of the show so we can stay above water. Would be great. So we're not gonna make much, but I don't give a shit about it. I just want to take a little bit.
I just want to be able to actually give you guys
his time.
I want to be because I don't really I don't give you guys that much.
He wants to monetize his time.
I want to monetize my time
by trinkets, so we can buy some trinkets.
We need to buy trinkets. I want to be able to put out a Patrice and Andy, not to full scale, maybe a quarter scale Christmas ornament.
Oh, an ornament,
a Christmas ornament.
Like with the pictures of us naked embracing, standing up.
Yes, and that could maybe come as like a little teaser or like gift bag type gift.
It'd be musical.
This would come in addition or as a package with the calendar.
How about a 69 hologram? Email us at degeneratnation@gmail.com. Instagram, Degenerate Nation Podcast, I think. And Twitter @Degenerate Show. Tune in for our next episode, whenever that will fucking be, where we discuss some more hot button issues that'll get us in trouble. Ooh, baby, Israel and Palestine, won't you be at peace and be on a Christmas ornament, naked and 69 in.